Today we are going to do some initial letters like Alif, Lam, Kaf and Lam Alif. These letters are very related to each other and their shapes and measurements are very similar. Let's start with Alif. Alif has two shapes. First shape has a flat tail and the other shape is with rounded shape. Right? Now we are going to draw a baseline. You can use a pencil and ruler, and as we know there is a slant in diwani khat. This slant is of 27 degrees, right? You can draw these slants like this, take it, right? Now the alif and with the mizan. The mizan for the khat diwani is, we know that it's of 6 cuts. Right? It's 6 cuts. And divide it into 2, 3 and 3. Let's start. First stroke for alif would be at 90 degrees straight. You will keep your pen here at half of the mizan and take it upwards straight at 90 degrees. You will get a thin line. Then by keeping your pen at 90 degrees, bring it downwards in a curved shape. We have done the practice for these strokes in our lesson 1. Drop it here, then again keep your column here little bit straight and then curve. Okay, curve. Here I pull up my pen and use my column tip. This is the slanted base line for alif. You can always use your column to do markups little bit, right? This is alif's first shape. Now I'm going to put the measuring dots with a green nib. Always you clean your nibs before putting into another color ink. Now the gap between the first stroke and the end of the second stroke, or you can say the middle of the alif, is 1 nuqta. You can always use a circle, like my 1 nuqta is this, so my circle would be this big. This would be my 1 nuqta, this is my half, and this tiny circle is quarter nuqta, right? Diwani has some curves, so sometimes it's difficult to put this rhombic dot, so using circle is better. This tiny circle, it's a curve. This shows it's a little bit curve, this, right? Bring it in this shape. This whole part, base part, or you can say third stroke, is of 3 nuqtas resting here comfortably. Now the gap or the bend of this alif is 1.5 nuqta. This flat part, you can see here it's a curve, and this part I used column tip to make it flat. This flat part is of 2 nuqtas. This flat part totally depends on this depth of alif. The depth of alif is to cut. I'm putting again, you can use these mizan too. If it's 1.5 cut, then the tail part will also be 1.5 cut. Like if I'm drawing a leaf, like this, then this flat part is also 1.5 nokta. Okay, this is alif. Now we know there are some regional variations, like in Egypt, Turkey and Iran, Persia, Baghdad especially. There are slight variations in some letters. So we can see this is from Osmania school, like in Turkey it's used to do like this. There's a slight variation when we move to the Egypt variation. It's just this. This top part. You can see this top part closely. This is a slight overlapped wavy area, like when we go upwards, then we bring it like this, and in Osmania school we bring directly like this, right? This is Osmania Khat Diwani, this is Misri Khat Diwani, or you can say Egyptian region. Sorry, this is Osmania and this is Misri, right? Just top part is different. While we move to the Baghdad, in Baghdadi region, it's same as Osmania, except its first part is like this. The first straight stroke which we took at 90 degrees, in this it will not be at 90 degrees and it will touch its third part. This is Baghdadi variation. Whatever you are going to use will be considered correct. Now we'll move to the second variation of Aleph, or second shape of Aleph. You can see, draw your baseline, draw your slant, then similarly draw your mizan. Now first stroke is same, taking it upwards at 90 degrees, then bring it downwards to the half of mizan. Go slowly. Okay, this is your second shape of Aleph. I will do now my corrections. This is, except this part, both shapes are exactly same. You will take it upwards, while in first shape you just use your kalam tip to make a tapered and hair. Now I'll put the markings, the gap between this is 1 cut. The gap here is 1.5 cut. The depth is same, 2 cuts. Sometimes it is 1.5 cut. Three cuts, half cut, and the important thing is its direction should be towards this. Now if you notice, there is a teardrop formation. Okay, now if we talk about this, there is a tiny gap as it's curving, and there is 1 cut. The rest of is 4 cuts. This is the second shape of Alif. The variations which we have done in Baghdadi and Misri schools are same in this too. The top part and this joining part, like in Baghdadi, the initial part was like this, and in Misri the initial part was like this. Okay, now if we talk about this tail part, you can see it's going upwards till here and then is bending. So these measurements are 1.5 cut, 1.5 cut. Okay, this is the second shape of Alif. Now our second letter is Lam. It's same like Alif, except the tail part, the second shape of Alif, in which we extend its tail part horizontally, like this is our baseline, this is our slant. We are going to draw straight 90-degree stroke, taking it downwards, bringing it downwards till here, then taking it curve, till here, half, right? Just like Alif second shape. Now I'll do some corrections. As the column width increases, you will get more flat portions which you need to do curves with your tip. With the smaller columns, it's easier to get the curves, right? Now this is our lam. The measurements will be same. Two cuts or 1.5 cut. Distance here is 1 نقطة. can say this is little bit less, 1, 2 and 2.5. In alif it's 3 nuqtas, while in lam it's 2.5 nuqtas. This portion, the bending part, whole here in alif it was a very small nuqta, but here it's half nuqta, while this whole portion is of 3 nuqtas. Right, this portion now left is 2 nuqtas. This extended tail portion, here it's important as this extended tail portion is 1 nuqta in lam, while we'll do in kaf it's more extended. This bend is same like alif, 1.5 nuqta. Okay, here we are done with lam. Okay, important part is this curve. You need to take it curve, and it's not straight, it's a little bit, you can see it's a little bit wavy, right? A bump and then a downward bend. So here we are done with lam. Now our next letter is kaf. Kaf is body is exactly same like lam, just this portion is little bit more extended. Upwards. Okay, this is more extended upwards. That is in lam it was 1 cut, while in kaf it is 2 nuqtas. Rest of the whole body will be same, but in kaf we put a stroke upwards. This is often called as the kashish of kaf, or you can say the kursi of kaf. Kalam at 90 degrees, slowly take it upwards, but it will not be straight. You can see it's a curve, or you can use your kalam tip just to draw a thin line, a curve. Then in the same, come downwards, overlapping that area, and then separate it. Now fill up. This downward stroke will also be a curve like this. You can see it's a slight curved line, and it will also be like a slight curved line. It's a half cut gap, and it's just a tiny cut. You can sometimes this curved is 1 cut too. Now the important thing is this overlapped area. This overlapped area is 2 cuts. You need, when you take upwards, the first stroke going upwards, then overlapping that some part and then separate it. The separate space between these 2 strokes, the space between these 2 strokes is also 1 nuqta. this total length in normal mizan is of 5 noqtas. Setting comfortably. But this could be extendable. But when you extend this part, this portion will also get extended. Okay, these both are related to each other. So now here, and another diacritic mark is also added in the calf, and it's inside its abdominal area. Like here you can see it's a circle residing here. Here we put a mark for calf. This is calf symbol. You can see all these one. This is to be put in this area, and this kashish is supposed to be on this top. Then our calf will be completed. You need to understand the difference in the body is just this tail. So remember this point. Here we have completed our third letter, kaf. Now the last letter of today's lesson is lam alif. The lam alif is the stem height for the lam alif is actually the half of the total lam. That is, it is of 3 cuts or 4 cuts. Sometimes some calligraphers take it as 4 cut and some as 3 cut. Specifically in Baghdad, it is considered to be shorter letters and it's taken as 3 cuts. Here is our mizan. Here is our slant. Now, same. We'll go upwards. It's shorter. Just like alif. Then going upwards till the height of its first stroke. Turn. It is not pointed. You can see I draw it in one stroke, a curve. Taking it downwards till the half, and then here, then I curve it back. This is lam alif. It's basically the Osmania version or Turkey version, you can say. The gap between these two is 1 cut, while the gap inside the second stroke is half cut. Total length is supposed to be 4 or 3 cuts. This 4 cut. The middle portion is 2 and 2 cuts. This, as it's small, so we cannot take it a big bend or a curve here, so it would be half, right? The tail part here, one, 2 and 2.5. Okay, so in this you can see the Osmania version, This is a curve, a roundy second lam. This is lam and this is alif joined together. If we talk about the mystery school, the second stroke I'm showing you would be pointed. Okay, this is pointed, you can see, and this is curve, right? This is your Misri or variation. This is Usmania variation, Usmania Khat Diwani font, and this is in Misri Diwani font. And when we move to the Baghdadi, it's a little different. How it's different? It's different as in both these two variations, the height is same. Alif, lam and alif. The heights are same. But when we move to the Baghdadi version, in this, the heights are not same. It's pointed. Right? It's pointed and it's smaller. Its one cut is smaller than its initial stroke, and I put that wrong. In Baghdadi, you know, it would be like this. The first stroke would be a slant attaching with the base stroke. Okay, the variations in this are also same measurements. Half cut, one cut. This is, if you can see, this is 3 cuts and this is 4 cuts, so this would be 1.5, and the base would also be 1.5. Okay, the tail part would be same. 2.5 cuts. This is your Baghdadi. You can draw any one, anytime. So here, I want to clear one thing more. If you're using alif and lam alif in Diwani Khat, it's interesting that you can join every letter almost. Even as we know, the waw and the ra, dal, these are the words to which nothing can be attached after those words. But in Khat Diwani, you can write waw alif as a joint letter. So if you're going to write alif, lam, alif, then there will be here 3 strokes. Here the 6 cut alif, then go round and round, like we'll do it in stage 2 murakkabat, but I'm just mentioning. Alif 6 cuts, then these 4 or 3 cuts, same, these 2 strokes. Alif, lam, alif. Like if we're writing Allah, then alif, lam, alif, we can join these letters. So we have done this practice in initial lesson, these rounded strokes going upwards then downwards using your color. Here we have completed our lesson number 2. Keep practicing and have a nice day.